But today, for the 25th, we are doing notes over energy flow in ecosystems. And I've got a bunch of people popping in all of a sudden. And so this has everything to do with food chains. We know that, like, we use the description that humans are high up in the food chain, as in we eat things that get eaten by other things, and we're way up here. Okay, there is, when you make a food chain, you use arrows to show where the energy is going. Because why do we eat food? To get energy. And so when we have, our food chains and food webs, keep in mind the arrows are always pointing to where the energy flows, right? So this was the food for this thing over here, and this was the food for this thing over here. Our arrows always point to where the energy goes. And then there's another thing about how, kind of like the reason of why we have to eat so much more food when we eat certain types. So like when we eat cereal for breakfast, like think about all of the foods that are breakfast foods. Either type them into the chat or unmute and tell me, what sort of foods do you think of when you say I'm going to eat breakfast? Cereal. What else?
Waffles.
Waffles. Ooh, yum. Donuts, eggs. What else? Toast. Pancakes. Give me one more. Perfect. Bagels. Think about how many of those are what we call carbs, right? They are plant-based grains. When we eat those, there's a lot of energy in them. And that's all because they are plant-based, and plants generate the most energy possible out of anything that we could possibly eat, right? They do photosynthesis, right? This is me being a plant out doing photosynthesis, collecting, ooh, our mouse is running around. And doing photosynthesis, collecting all the energy from the sun. And then something eats the plant. And then something eats the something that eats the plant. And then eventually that gets to us. If we eat the plant, then we get the most energy possible, versus if we eat like bacon or sausage or burgers or whatever else, there was some sort of animal or a couple animals in between the plant and us, we don't get as much energy, and so we eat more of it in order to get the same amount of energy. So when I'm talking about that, I mean things like calories, right? When we talk about how much energy our food has, we use the unit calories. And so if we eat plant-based stuff like cereals, grains, toast, bagels, pancakes, waffles, donuts, all those things you said that are grain-based, they have hundreds of calories. Versus then if we were to eat the bacon and the sausage and the, name some other different meats of any kind. They are a step removed from the plant. And so there's actually less energy, because in order for them to eat the plant and get energy, they actually only get 10% of that available energy. And then when something eats them, they only get 10% of that 10%. So they get 1% of the available energy that was originally there. And so that's the sort of stuff you're going to see in notes today. And then when you take the summary quiz afterward, remember you get 5 attempts, and I'll have to double check that I put 5 attempts on there. I'll fix it if it's not there. I think it's 11 points, something like that. You get 5 chances to get a perfect score, guys. Let's quit leaving points on the table, okay? Make sure you get your work done so that you get those points, and I'll see you tomorrow. If you've got questions, hang out here and ask them. If not, you're free to go. Have a great day. Mwah, mwah, mwah.